and also online now.
Moving on this morning here on Weekend Today, as more workers head back into the office, traffic pain is once again testing our major cities. One controversial solution gaining a bit of traction out there overseas is congestion pricing.
Now, New York is the latest city to make the move. Look at this image, a typical Manhattan street, bumper to bumper, and now almost empty.
OK, but is Australia ready for the same leap? For more, we're joined by transport expert Professor Currie from Monash University here in Melbourne. Professor, good to have you on the show. Tell us about congestion pricing, how it actually works.
Well, it's very simple. The problem of congestion is charged that reduces the demand, and you use the money to find solutions for alternatives to people to use that are more efficient, like public transport.
Okay. London rolled out this a number of years ago. It already seems to be working in New York. Is this something realistically we could do in our big cities like Sydney and Melbourne?
Yes, we've got the technology, really. We've also got the problem. Congestion costs the economy $20 billion a year. It's expected to go up to $40 billion, which is... Melbourne drivers spend 92 hours in traffic every year sitting doing nothing. So it's a huge drain on the economy, and we should really be thinking of solutions like this.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm a Melbourne driver myself. But something else that strikes me about driving in this city is how much we're tolled already.
Yep.
Would that be a concern or something that governments would be keeping in mind?
Yes, but it's not always the toll roads where the congestion is.
Right.
And in fact, congestion is really centred on central areas, just like New York. They're going to be tolling Manhattan. They're doing that now. And toll roads, the technology has been proven using toll roads. In fact, Australia is actually a leader in this. We were one of the first nations in the world to actually have electronic tolling technology. So we can do this if we want to.
What kind of impact would it have on the public transport system, though? Obviously, our big cities are trying to grow our public transport system. It would put a lot of pressure on them, perhaps, if there was a congestion tax?
Yes, at the moment, because of COVID, we've got a little of extra capacity. So I think we are not as under the stress that we would be before COVID. So that's not a problem. The biggest impact would be we'd have a revenue source, which could be used to improve public transport, particularly in areas where people don't have that alternative.
Oh, OK.
What other challenges would Australia face implementing these sort of charges?
Many. The biggest is political, frankly.
Yeah.
Do we want another tax? We'd have to explain to people very clearly about why this is a benefit to them.
The big sell
in
a PR space. Yeah.
And it is a risky thing politically for someone to do. It's taken a long time for New York to agree. But I think, frankly, it's inevitable in the long term. It's just a question of when all the indicators to get together to make it a feasible political proposition.
And if you don't like it, get on your bike.
The bike and walking and public transport are the alternatives.
Good stuff. Good to see you, Graham. Thanks so much for your time.
It is one of those things, though. I mean, I've come back to Sydney after living in LA for 4 years, and I am blown away by how many tolls I'm
it's
suddenly
striking,
paying.
isn't it?
There needs to be some sort of
That
solution.
E-tag beeps quite a lot.
Oh, yeah, racking up those dollars.
Good stuff. Well, you've probably heard